Hey everybody, it is Stork with Stork Plays Games, and today I'm doing an unboxing video of a very, very rare game, at least here in the United States. So, this game is the Dwarves. I'm a big fan of it. If you guys like Pandemic, it's sort of like that. In my opinion, a little bit harder. It's a really fun, cooperative game. It is by Pegasus Speile, and is for 2 to 5 players. It says it plays in about 60 to 90 minutes. Trust me, you can die a lot quicker than that. But what I got at Gen Con was a very, very rare expansion to this game called the Dwarves the Saga Expansion. There are a few other expansions. I have another expansion for this called Combined Might. It's just a little deck of cards. The Dwarves Duel, which is a 2-player version of this game. It's a totally different game, but it's a 2-player standalone game. It also comes with a mini expansion to the Dwarves, but this is the first big box expansion that I've seen, and I cannot tell you how excited I am to crack this guy open. What's funny is I'm always giving Nathan a hard time about kind of fanboying and being so excited about the games, but I might just have to get too excited about this one because of all the minis and extra tokens and things in this one. So let's get cracked open here. The Dwarves the Saga Expansion right here. So we've got a little little note here from the Pegasus Speile team. I don't know what this means. It says there's something in the wrong game. Switch places with something else. So there's a separate mini. So basically there was an extra mini or something put in here. I'll have to research that a little bit more. Rules, only 4 pages. Again, this is just an expansion, so I'm sure it doesn't change the core gameplay very much. Oh, that is cool. We've got a new Dwarven Council track. We've got a place to put these cards. Before they were just kind of off to the side. So that's really cool. Oh my gosh, there's a whole nother board. Well, that's interesting. Why do we have a board? As far as I know, this is not needed because... Wow. So this is the board from the original Dwarves, except for there's some water spots on here which are different. It is in the rules here, so man, instead of just putting on some extra tiles, they went all in and got a whole new board, which is pretty cool. I'm trying to see what else is different. It definitely looks bigger because the Dwarven Council was across the bottom in the old board. Interesting. So let's take a look deeper. We got some punch boards here. Oh, this is very cool. Very cool. So these tokens down here with the hands are ways to upgrade your player boards. And I didn't think there would be any in here, but it looks like there is one. Yep, a whole nother character. So your character boards here, you can see on the bottom they have hands, feet, and an axe, which is your weapon. So your movement, your craft skills, what it's called, and then your fighting. So you can actually unlock tokens to go over the tops of these to have better upgrades. So that's cool. This too was not in the old game, which is upgrades to go over your hearts, it looks like. So you get a +1 to your heart, which is pretty awesome. So you can actually upgrade your character's health. The other thing, these tiles were tiny in the old game, so I'm not sure how that plays into this one, but you have your tunnel tile, which used to be tiny like that, and these are how the enemies spread. So when these enemies come onto the board, and this is one of the things I'm most excited about, I'll get into that in just one second, but before these were just cubes, black cubes, purple cubes, and green cubes of the different types. Oh, these are different, or maybe they're not, maybe they're just in German, because these were all, yeah, these were all fair, these were elves before, and trolls, and I don't remember. But anyways, these were small little tiles, and so what happens is when a land gets perished, you pull one of these tiles out, and then perished means there's 5 or more enemies on it, and then you flip this over. So this has a white, this is probably super hard to see on the camera, this is a white arrow in the middle, and there's a white arrow right here on the board, there's a black arrow here and a brown arrow here. If this would have been a black or a brown arrow, I'd face it that direction, but it's a white arrow, so I face it this way. Well, this also has 2 black cubes this way and 2 green cubes this way. So if I had black, these characters here, 2 of them will go there, the green ones will go here, but since there's nowhere for them to go, they're actually going to continue down. So if I continue down, and let's say I had 7 on this spoiled, or on this perished land, 2 would go there, and then 5 would move down here. This one would now perish, so I'd have to pull another tile, and so you can see how I can kind of chain react, and all of them are leading down to this one right here, Black Saddle. So definitely really cool. These were not in the first game. These were not in the first game. I don't know what those are. I don't know what that is. Yeah, these little guys here were not in the first game, so there's definitely a lot of new tokens and things that are very interesting. Decks of cards. The game is pretty much driven by cards, so you're trying to complete quests, which are here, but there's also these side quests that are going on at the same time. And if you, sometimes the side quests have things that you have to do before you complete the main quest, or something bad happens to you. So it's a very interesting game. So I know I said that this is super rare. I want to talk about real quick. Pegasus Speile is not publishing in the United States, except for this month, I believe yesterday, Talisman released. It's a new Talisman. It's not the old one that you're thinking of. Talisman, which is a family cooperative bag builder adventure game that continues. It's really cool. We will have a video coming up on that on the other channel that I talked about, so keep a lookout for that. But anyways, that will be the first one that they released in the United States. Pegasus Speile is one of the largest game publishers in overseas. So you've played a ton of their games, but you've just played them under different names in America. AEG has a lot of them. Plan B has a ton of them, so you know them. This game can be bought in the United States, but only at Saltier Games in Indianapolis. So you can get this one. This one they do not even have there. So I know that the ownership is going to try to get some of these in, but these are pretty much impossible to get. So you can go, you can get this one, you can get Dwarves Duel, you can get Combined Might. This one you're probably not going to be able to get yet. I know Pegasus Speile is working on getting better distribution all over the United States, so that's something that's probably going to be coming up this year or next. Also, you used to only be able to get them at Gen Con, but now there's going to be more cons coming, so keep that in mind. These are equipment cards. Nope, I lied. These are quest cards. They go right here. So these match here. So you got different quests. I don't know why these have numbers on them, because before they never had numbers on them. These cards are... Well, these are the bad cards from that, but I don't know why they don't look like the other ones did. So this must be a different aspect as well into the new expansion. I've got more and more and more quest cards, which is great because quest cards are what really drives the game. So, excuse me. A. So you see there's an A on here. So there are A cards in the main game. There's A cards, B card, just one, and then 3 C cards in the main game. And so what you would do is your difficulty level, you would put in however many A cards you want. But you have to go through the A cards to get down to complete the quest. Then you beat the B card in the main game, and then there are 3 C cards. The reason there are 3 C cards is because you would flip this over, and if it couldn't be done, it has a condition on it. If it couldn't be done, then you would discard it, and then you would flip this one over. And if that one couldn't be done, you would flip this one over. So out of the 3 in the main game, you guaranteed can do one of them. Again, I don't know how this works because we've got a bunch of letters, bunch of C's, bunch of B's that we didn't have in the base game. So that's great news because it just adds more variety and more replayability. And probably, knowing this, more difficulty. So these are all this type of card. So let's get into, and this is what this little note was talking about. This mini was packaged separately. So this is the mini for this guy here. So let me see if you can see that. Probably not very good. Maybe like that better. So this is him. These minis, whoa. This is awesome. So the Dwarven Council token in the first game was just a cardboard token that goes right here, and then it slides as you, depending on what happens. And this is, it looks to be that, which upgraded. This was this guy, but it's not. So they must have done something, but it's still a really cool mini that you could keep and paint. So kind of an extra to the game there. Come out. I love these. I'm freaking out. So this is this symbol here. So you have your hero track and you have your doom track, which is this symbol here. And so the game actually, there's lots of ways to lose this game, but you lose if ever these occupy the same space. So if they meet each other, game over. So instead of little cardboard tokens, these are upgraded to these minis. That is upgraded to a mini. You get a whole new character. This guy doesn't need to be there, but I like minis, so that's pretty cool. And these are really the reason that I really wanted this game, because now you have actual characters on here, actual meeples of trolls and goblins and elves and things. These things are great, because before it's just cubes. Now these are pretty big, so they're going to take up a lot of space on the tile, but that's okay because they look cool. So I'm going to get some of these out and then kind of show them up there a little bit closer. Again, I will have pictures at the end of this video so you guys can take a look at it. There's a heart token in here. The heart token goes on there. It's just a red heart. There are some gray cubes. Those are for some of the missions, the side missions. You have to put gray cubes on, or sometimes the main mission will say, put a cube here, 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 and maybe up here, and then go to those places and collect them, and that's how you win the game. So, just depends. These are awesome. These are awesome. I'm just excited to see how this plays in with the main game. And these guys here. I'm gonna stand up out of frame and try to show you guys these up close on the video. There you go. Hopefully you guys can see that pretty well. And they say on the board what you have to roll to defeat them. The purple is the hardest, they're at a 6, the greens are 4, and the black here is a 5. So again, looks like it adds a lot more. I know I didn't get in the box really. There's some bags, they give you some extra bags to bag all this stuff up with. And then the insert is just a cardboard insert, but basically all you need to do is throw your bags underneath, and then the board rests on top so it doesn't get bent up or anything. So not a lot really need to be separated because it all goes in bags, but it is very cool. Very, very, very cool insert. So I believe that is it for me. I'm going to take pictures of all this stuff and geek out about it a little bit more. I am going to laminate this. It's thick, it's good quality, but I thoroughly enjoy this game, so I want it to hit the table quite a bit, and it is one that we play not a ton, but it goes in spurts. So I'm gonna laminate this just because I want to keep it nice. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, click like, comment below, especially if you know what these German words mean, and I don't. Comment below, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at StorkPlaysGames, and come play a game with me. See you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching.